السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب زدني علما. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. I welcome you all to the class of those اللغة العربية لغير ناطقين بها. Inshallah ta'ala, today we are going to start lesson number 29. Inshallah, which we are going to start with Muda'af verbs. Muda'af means da'afa yuda'ifu. Some people say it is Muda'af, and sometimes they write it as Muda'af with a tajdeed. Some with write in alif. It means double verbs. It's not that difficult in here. It's very easy, especially in the Madi. It's same, just that you open up here. So Muda'af is double letters, and generally it is Bab Nasara. So that's why they bring Bab Nasara mostly. So Hajja was actually Hajaja. Hajaja. So you give a sukoon, Ain kalima on the sukoon, vowel sign is dropped, and you double it. Hajja. First has a sukoon and the second has a fatha. Hajja. So Hajaja become Hajja. Hajja. So the conjugation is very easy. Hajja, Hajja, Hajju, Hajjat, Hajjata. From here, because this is sukoon, you will open up. Right? Hajajna. Hajajna. Hajajta, Hajajtuma, Hajajtum, Hajajti, Hajajtuma, Hajajtunna, Hajajtu, Hajajna. Right? Hajajtu, I did Hajj, we did Hajj, Hajajna. We just open up from here. Mutaharrik. And Yahujju is also same thing. Yahjuju it was. And then you give sukoon to it, yahujju. Yahjuju, you give a sukoon, and then you do idgham, you just join it, yahjuju. Yahjuj, so it will become yahujju. Yahujju, yahujjani, yahujjuna, tahujju, tahujjani, yahjujna. You open it up again in the third person, masculine, feminine. Yahjujna. Then tahujju, tahujjani, tahujjuna, tahujjina, tahujjani, tahjujna, ahujju, nahujju. I do Hajj, we do Hajj. And very easy. There's hardly anything. You just get used to it. And Yahujju, Yamurru, Marra Yamurru is to pass. Yahujju, Tahujju, Ahujju, Nahujju. And Mansub is also the same because you just give Fatha, Yahujja, and you drop the noons. Yahujja, Tahujju, Tahujja, Tahujja. Yahjujna remains same anyways. Mabni. And this Majzoom is a little different. Majzoom, what happens is you have to give a sukoon. So Yahjuj, you gave a sukoon, two sukoons are coming, and then Fatha is coming. Fatha. So it becomes Yahujja. So Lam comes, it gets a Fatha. Right? It gets a Fatha. Lam Yahujja. Lam Yahujja. Or another way is Lam Yahjuj is also allowed. You open it up and give a sukoon. Lam Yahjuj. But generally it is this Yahujja. So this Fatha is Majzoom. Since both letters are strong, the Lam Kalima gets a Fatha to remove Iltiqa'u Sakinain. Right? Both letters are strong, so it gets a Fatha. So when there's noon drop, you drop noon, but instead of a Dhamma, the Majzoom, instead of a Sukoon, it gets a Fatha. This is the only change. Okay. Again, in Amr also is same thing. It gets a Sukoon, and then it gets a Fatha. See? Tahajjud, you chop this, it becomes Hujuj. Then Hujaj, you give a Fatha, both letters are strong, you give a Fatha, it becomes Hujja. So Hujja, Hujja, Hujju, Hujji, Hujja, Hujujna. So these are the two things which change, and we need to remember this. Right? Hujja and Yahujja. This is not Mansub. Although it looks same as Mansub, but you can remember that way also maybe. Right? Mansub and Majzoom is same. Right? Because generally for 5 in your pocket, it's the same. Yahujja, Yahujja, Tahujja, Tahujja, Ahujja, Ahujja, and so on. Right? It's the same. Even this is same. Everything is same. Yeah. Everything is same. So these two are totally same. We can remember that way also. Mansub is equal to Majzoom. Right? Without understanding why it happened and all that. You can understand Mansub and Majzoom both the same. Like Jama Muannas Salim, right? Muslimatun, Muslimatin, Muslimatin. Right? Both the same. So this is also both the same. Both the same. And the Amr is a little different. Hujja. Hujja, again, Fatha is coming. So Fathas are common in Muda'af. Right? Or Muda'af. So this is what it is, inshallah. It's not that difficult. It's very easy. Uh, just when you get a, you just get, I mean, there's hardly any changes at all. Like weak verbs, there's nothing like weak verbs. It is just double verbs. Hajja, yahujju, and so on. So let's begin the lesson now. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Bismillah. المدرس أحججت يا مسعود. See, حججت. حج يحج. حج حج حجو. حجت حجتا. حججنا. And then you open up. حججت. حججتما. حججتم. Right? حججت. Did you do Hajj? Past tense, right? Did you do Hajj, O Mas'ud? حججت. Mas'ud says, لا يا أستاذ. No, O Ustad. حج زملائي. My classmates did Hajj. Hajja. Why is singular used? Because if the file is coming later on, if it's failure, you use singular verb. Although it might be plural, like here, Zumalai, kulluhum, right? All my classmates, they did their Hajj, right? All of them. Walakinnani, but I, ma hajjajtu, I did not do hajjajtu. See, hajjajta, hajjajtu. I did not do Hajj. Maridtu ayyam al-Hajji. I became sick during the days of Hajj. Fabaqitu, see, baqitu, he's using Marida yamradu. This is to become sick, right? Marida yamradu. Bab sami'a. Marida, marida, maritu, maridna, right? Maritu. Ayyam al-Hajj. During the days of Hajj, I became sick. Fabaqitu, right? Baqiya yabqa. Nasiya, yansa. Baqiya, baqiya. Because it is kasra now, you give dhamma. Baqu. Baqiya, baqiya, baqu. Baqiyat, baqiyata, baqina. Baqita, baqituma, baqitum, baqiti, baqituma, baqituna, baqitu, baqina. Right? Baqitu, I remained. Baqitu, baqina. Then yabqa, yabqayani. It is fathah, so keep fathahs, whatever, wherever they are. Yabqa, yabqayani, yabqawna. Tabqa, tabqayani, yabqayna. Tabqa, tabqayani, tabqawna. Tabqa, tabqayna, tabqayani, tabqayna, abqa, nabqa. Right? Fabaqitu. So this is, again, we'll try to keep revising, right? Naqis. This is Nasiya Yansa Baqiya Yabqa Bab Sami'a Huna bil Madinatil Munawwara in Madina Munawwara. So I remained in here because I was sick. I was not able to do Hajj. The teacher, La tahzan, hazina yahzanu. Hazina yahzanu. To become sad. Bab Sami'a. Sami'a yasma'u. Hazina yahzanu. يحزن يحزنان يحزنون تحزن تحزنان يحزن تحزن تحزنان تحزنون تحزنين تحزنان تحزن أحزن نحزن. So لا تحزن تحزنو, it was because لا came prohibition, it makes it sukun, right? مجزوم. لا نهية makes فعل مضارع مجزوم. لا تحزن لا تفعل, don't do. لا تحزن, don't become sad. لا تحزن. ستحج في العام المقبل. ستحج. This is for future. So tahujju, how did this come? Hajja yahujju, and then tahujju. When you're speaking, right, we bring a ta. Tahujju. You will do Hajj fil aam al-muqbil, inshallah, and in the coming year, inshallah. Tamurru sanatu bisur'ati. Tamurru, marra yamurru. To pass. Marra yamurru, to pass. So marra, marra, marru, marrat, marrata. Mararna, mararta, marartuma, marartum, mararti, marartuma, marartunna, marartu, mararna, marartu bi Hamidin. I passed by Hamid. Yamurru, yamurrani, yamurruna, tamurru, tamurrani, yamrurna, tamurru, tamurrani, tamurruna, tamurrina, tamurrani, tamrurna, amurru, namurru. Because it is muannas, third person feminine. Tamurru sanatu. The year passes by bisuratin, quickly, right? Quickly, surah. Hajjajta anta ya ustaz. Did you do Hajj? I mean, oh teacher, Masood is saying, the Mudarris says, La, lam ahujja. See, mansub and madzum is same with a fatha. You can also do lam ahjuj is also fine. Yeah, it is used sometimes. But generally it is lam ahujja. Mansub also lan ahujja and lam ahujja. Both the same. Okay, with fathas. So madzum always, this is the most important point in Muda'af. Right? This is very confusing because even for me, it was very confusing. Why it is getting a fatha? And I forgot this later on. Right? This is the most important thing, which will keep coming all the time. Right? That it gets a fatha. Even Muda'af, I hardly understood it when I learned it. I learned it later on. Lam ahujja. It gets a fatha. I did not do Hajj this year. Did not, right? Lam takes the meaning into the past tense. I did not do Hajj this year. لكنني حججت قبل هذا 5 مرات. But I did Hajj before this 5 times. Alhamdulillah, right? He did 5 times. 5 مرات, right? Hajjajtu's this thing number is telling, right? Object kind of. 5 is mansub and marrat is, and this is masculine because marratun is the masdar of marra yamurru marratun. And the plural is marrat, 5 times. Marra, marratan ukhra, right? One more time. So same thing. I did 5 times. Ana ashammu. Shamma yashummu. Shamma hajja yahujju. Shamma yashammu. This is hajja yahujju. Oh, this is shamma yashammu, I think. Yes, this is bab samia. This is shamima yashmamu. Yes, yes. This is bab samia. Shamima, it became shamma. So this is the second bab in this. But generally speaking, there'll be only one mostly kind of. But this is the second bab. So that is why sheen has a fatha. Shamma yashammu. The shamma was actually shamima. Shamima. Hajja was what? Hajaja. Right? Hajaja. With a fatha. But this is shamima. But when it got mixed, it became same. Shamma. Right? Shamma. To smell. And muda'af, it's instead of yashummu, because hajja yahujju, it's not bab nasara, it is fatha, right? Sami'a yasma'u. Yashammu. So yashammu, ashammu. Ashammu. I'm smelling. Right? Ashammu, I'm smelling. I'm smelling a. Okay. So inshallah, I'll bring it in the exercise also. Ana ashammu. I'm smelling rahiyatan. Rahiya is a smell. A karihatan, a bad smell, foul smell. Ama tashammuna. See, tashammuna, sheen has a fatha because this is bab samia. Samia yasma'u, shamma yashammu. Shamma yashammu. Ama tashammuna. Aren't you smelling raihatan ya ikhwan? Aren't you smelling the smell? A smell, oh brothers, they're smelling. Huh? And they're smelling some smell or something. Bala nashammuha. Yes, we are smelling it. Bala, of course, yeah. Bala, negative question. So bala nashammuha. We are smelling it. Nashammu, right? So remember, instead of a dhamma, the only change is it has a fatha. Because the madi is totally same. And this is only with a fatha, right? Instead of saying nashummu, like nahujju, it's nashammu. And the only change, that's it. Nashammuha. Yes, we are smelling it. Al-mudaz min aina hiya. Where is it from? Adhunnuha min al-hammami. Adhunnu dhanna yadhunnu. Dhanna yadhunnu. This is also like hajja yahujju, to think. To think. Dhanantu, dhananna. I think, we think. Adhunnu, nadhunnu. I think it is from the hammam. Right? Hammam, it is from the bathroom. Abdullah says, Naam, hiya min al-hammami. Yes, it is from the hammam. Inna al-khumamata allati, indeed the khumama, the rubbish, the garbage, which is ramaha, rama yadmi, right? Ramaha, and we know that rama ya will become an alif when it joins a pronoun. Ramaha, okay, only for writing purpose. We'll never write join a pronoun with a ya, alif makhsura. Right? We'll change it to an alif, normal alif. Rama yadmi. Rama yadmi, masha yamshi. Rama, ramaya. Because it is a fatha, leave it like that. Ramau. Don't make it ramu. Right? Ramau. Ramat, ramata, ramaina. Ramaita, ramaituma, ramaitum, ramaiti, ramaituma, ramaituna, ramaitu, ramaina. Yadmi, yadmiyani, yadmuna, tadmi. Here it is a kasra. So yadmuna, not yadmauna. Right? Not yadmauna. Yadmuna. So, and so on. Admi, nadmi. I throw, we throw. Allati ramaha, which the garbage which was thrown by ahadut tullabi. Right? One of the students threw it. Ahadut tullabi saddat. Sadda yasuddu. Hajja yahujju is to block. Sadda yasuddu is to block. No, hajja yahujju is to do hajj, right? Sadda yasuddu is to block. Right? Same like hajja yahujju, sadda, sadda, saddu, saddat, saddata. Saddat came, right? Ba'luwatu, ba'luwata. Balua is the pipe. Right? The pipe got blocked. Saddatil balu'ata. The pipe was, the drainage, or you could say the sewer got blocked. So sadda is same like hajja. Hajja yujub bab nasara. Al-mudaris. Man allazi dafa as-sabburata ila al-khalfi. Who is the one who pushed the blackboard behind? Ta'ala ya Sa'id. See, ta'ala ya ta'ala. Come, O Sa'id. وجرها جرة عمر جرة جرة يجر to pull, right? To pull. Jarra yajurru. That's why harfu jar, they're called particle of pulling. They pull the dhamma to kasra. So jurra, how did this happen? Jurra, right? We know that the fatha comes in amr as well as majzoom. So it was because they already two sukuns. Like jurr, it became jurra. Right? Hujja, do hajj. Right? Hujja, hujja, hujju, hujjat, hujjata, hujjuna. Not hujjuna. Uhjujna. This for this, yeah, that's what. For this, the hamza comes back. Uhjujna. Right? For this, hamza comes back. Uhjujna. For all these, we don't have hamza. For this, uhjujna, it comes back. Okay. Jurraha, and pull it in the front, to the front, and pull it to the front. So what you need to do is pull it in the front. Sa'idun yajurra sabburata. Sa'id pulls the board. Right? Sa'id pulls the board. Anta jarartaha kathiran. You have pulled it a lot. Yajurru, jarra yajurru. To pull, you have pulled it a lot. Jarartaha. Mararta. Hajajta. See, your ra is opened up. Infikak, it's opened up. You have pulled it a lot. Idfa'ha ila al-khalfi qalilan. Idfa' dafa'a yadfa'u. Dafa'a yadfa'u. Ba fataha, to push. Dafa'a is to push. Jarra is to pull. Idfa'ha ila al-khalf. So this guy is pulling the board and he pulled it so much into the front end. So idfa'ha ila al-khalfi qalilan. Push it behind a little. Yakfi. Kafa yakfi. Masha yamshi. Enough. Enough. It's enough. Right? It is enough. Yakfi. Utrukha al-an. Right? Leave it. Leave it now. Right? So, ادفع. مسعود أهذا هو الجزء الثاني من الكتاب يا أستاذ. Is this the second volume from the book O Ustad, of the book O Ustad? نعم. خذ هذه النسخة وعدها. Yes, take these papers. Nuskha is copies. Nuskhatun is a copy. Nusakh is this plural. Take these copies of the second. وعدها. عدّا يعد, like حجّا يحجّ. حجّا عدّا. Udda, count it. Udda. And count them. I count these copies. أعددتها, did you count them? Right, all these copies. Come here, how many are they? Right, here we don't say she because this is all غير عاقل plural. Mas'udun says نعم عددتها. حججت عددت. Same thing, yeah? نعم, yes, I counted it. عددتها. عد يعد, to count. Here 45 نسخة. There are 24. 45 نسخة copies. 45. 55 40. المدرس. ندرس الآن حديثا. We read a hadith now. اكتبوه. This should be اكتبوه. على السبورة. Oh, this is sorry. اكتبوه. I will write it on the board. اكتبوه على السبورة. I will write it on the board. فاكتبوه. So you should all write it. فاكتبوه. This wow is added, right, when a pronoun is I mean, this is plural anyways. فاكتبوه. You all write it. في دفاتركم, in your notebooks. يكتب, the teacher writes. عن أنس رضي الله عنه قال. From Anas رضي الله عنه said, narrated by him رضي الله عنه. ما مسست. So massa yamassu. This is also what? Massa yamassu. This is also like shamma yashammu. This is samia. So when you open up, you have to give a kasra. Hajajtu had a fatha, but this is massa, massa, massu, massat, massata, masisna, masista, masistuma, masistu, masisti, masistuma, masistunna, masistu, masisna, masistu. I did not touch. Massa yamassu is to touch. I did not touch dibajan. Wala hariran. Dibaj is brocade. Brocade. Wala hariran nor silk. I did not touch dibaj or brocade, or I think it's brocade, yeah. And silk. Al-yana. Al-yanu is layyin, is soft. Softer is the Alien is the ismu tafdil of al alien, softer. I did not touch neither this brocade nor silk, which is softer, min kaffi Rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. From the kaf, kaf is the palm, I think. Kaf is the palm. Now, I think it's the palm. Uh, Palm, yes, correct. Palm. Right? From the palm of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I did not touch anything softer, either brocade nor silk, which was softer than the hand of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wala shamimtu. Then again, samya, this is shamimtu, not shamamtu. Shamimtu, because this is actually samya. So when you open up, you open it up with a kasra. Wala shamimtu, I did not smell rayahatan. A smell, raya is a smell. Khat, ever. Khat is used for past tense, right? Khattu, never have I smelled. Atyaba, more beautiful, more nice. Atyaba, tayyib, good. Atyaba, more better or more nice. Min rahiyati Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, from the scent of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, right? His smell. Ba'da hunay'atin, after a while. Hunay'a is after a while. Akatabtum ya abnai, did you all write it? Oh, sons, the students say. Lamma, no, not yet. We did not write it yet. Al-Mudaris. Ya Ali, Lamma is not yet, right? So this is Lamma. Ya Ali, you, oh Ali, La tadhunna, right? La tadhunna, don't think. Don't think. Dhanna yadhunnu, La tadhunna, don't think. Annani ghafilun amma ta'amalu. This is what tazunna is prohibition, right? Nahi. So that's why it's getting a fatha. La taf'al, kind of. Don't think that I am ghafilun. I am unaware of what you are doing. Amma ta'amalu. An plus ma, of what you are doing. Right? What? Ma istifhamia, this is. Of what you are doing. No, not istifhamia. This could, ma, you could call this ma mausula. Ma mausul. Amma. That's why this alif is not dropped, see. Right? Because with ma istifhamia, it drops. Amma yatasa'alun. Right? Amma yatasa'alun. With ma masdariya, and this ma is not questioning ma. This is allazi is ma. Mausul ma. That's why the alif is not dropped. Right? But when if it's a questioning ma, then it gets dropped. This is for the amma ta'amalu, of what you are doing. Right? Innaka la taktubu darsa. Indeed, you are not writing the lesson. Innama taktubu risalatan. You're only writing a letter. Right? You're writing some letter. Alaysa kazalik? Isn't it so? Rudda ali. Radda yaruddu rudda. Return it to me. Right? Hajja yahujju rudda aliyya. Return it to me. Alayya, because two yas came, right? Becomes alayya. Ali, alayya, alayna. Return it to me. Bala, of course I'll return it to you. Huwa kadhalik. It is like that, yes? Yes, I'm writing a letter. Ana asifun ya ustad. I'm sorry. Asifa ya asafu. Asifun. Bab Samia, this is asif. Asifa ya asafu. Asif. To be sorry. Ya ustadu. Lan a'uda. Ada. Lan a'uda is ada. Ya'udu is to repeat. Ada ya'udu is to return also. And here it means, I will not repeat it. Limitly, like it. Limitly. Like it, I will not do the same thing again like this, abadan, inshallah, for in the future. Abadan is used for future, inshallah. Never I will do it in the future, inshallah. Right? I will never do it in the future, inshallah. So we have some exercise here. Ajiban al-asliyat al-atiyati. Lima lam yahujja Mas'udun hadha al-am. Why didn't, see, lam came, right? We give a fatha. Why didn't Mas'ud do Hajj these days? This year. This year, why didn't he do? This year. لم يحج مسعود هذا العام لأنه مريض في أيام الحج. Next one, كم مرة حج المدرس؟ حج المدرس 5 مرات. Right, 5 times he did Hajj. من أين جاءت الرائحة الكريهة? Where is the bad smell coming from? جاءت الرائحة الكريهة من الحمام, from the bathroom. لماذا خرجت الرائحة الكريهة من الحمام? Why is the bad smell coming from the hammam? خرجت الرائحة الكريهة من الحمام لأن القمامة التي رماها أحد الطلاب سدت بعلوعته. Right, one of the students who threw the garbage, it's blocked the sewer, the bathroom, whatever, the pipe, balua. Right, Muda'af. Read these Muda'af verbs. Right, what is these Muda'af verbs? هذه أمثلة للفعل المضاعف. So he's giving all the examples of Muda'af, which we just saw, right? Hajja. Hajja asluhu, its actual was hajaja. So you do idgham of the jims and becomes hajja. And yahujju. And we saw 2 babs till now, right? Bab nasara we saw, and we saw bab samia. Right? These are the 2 common babs, right? Even bab nasara is the most common, but most of it, I mean, sometimes you have samia also. That is why when you break it up, right? Hajja, hajja, hajju, hajjat, hajjata, hajjajna. In those ones like shamma, shamma, shammu, shammat, shamabta, shamimna, you give a kasra. Shamimta, shamimtuma, shamimtum, shamimti, sham. Instead of hajjajta, hajjajtuma, hajjajtum, instead of fata, you give a kasra. So that is bab samia. And in the mudara, you give yashammu. Yashammu, we give a fatha. Not yahujju, like you, the ain kalima has a, it was asluhu yahjuju. It was actually yahjuju, you do idgham. Right, so there's so many verbs. Dhanna, yadhunnu. Dhanna, yadhunnu. Same thing like hajja, yahujju. I try to conjugate this. Dhanna, dhanna, dhannu, dhannat, dhannata, dhananna, dhananta, dhanantuma, dhanantum, dhananti, dhanantuma, dhanantunna, dhanantu, dhananna. It comes in the Quran. Atadhunnuna, yadhunnu, yadhunnani, yadhunnuna, tadhunnu, tadhunna. Do you think, right? Dhann also means doubt, right? Something like doubt. It's called a dhann. You don't have strong evidence for it. Yeah, you just doubt it. يظنون تظن تظنان تظنون تظنين تظن تظنان تظنن and أظن أظن. جرى يجر, same thing, to pull. مر يمر, to pass. عد يعد, to count. Right? These are all sabba yasubbu, to curse. Sabba لا تسبوا أصحابي. It comes in the Quran also, right? فيسب الله بغير علم. لا تسبوا, don't curse their gods. Right? In Islam, it's not allowed to curse any religion's gods or something, because they may in turn curse upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without knowledge. Right? It comes in La tasubbu, don't curse, don't tell bad things about their gods. Radda yaruddu, or don't curse the parents, right? Because in turn they may curse your parents, or it's actually cursing your parents itself. Radda yaruddu, to return. Radda, rudda ilayya, rudda alayya. It comes with ala, return it to me. Rudda. Sabba yasubbu, to pour. Sabba with a sin and sabba with a sad. Sabba yasubbu, it comes in the Quran. To pour. Man sabba. Right? Sadda yasuddu, to block. Sadda yasuddu. Shamma yashammu. And these 2 are there for bab samia. This is shamma, it was actually shamima. And massa is also massa yamassu, to touch. Shamma yashammu, to smell. Shamma asluhu shamima. Shamima. That's why when you open up, you do shamimtu, shamimna, not hajaj, not like shamamtu. No, shamimtu. Yashammu asluhu yashmamu. Right? Bab samia, wakadhalika massa is also same thing. Masistu, I know. Like ma masistu, I did not touch dibajan wala hariran. Alyanu min kafi Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Alyana min kafi Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Iqra ma yali. So he's giving some examples, 8 examples for this, for Muda'af. Right? Hajja akhi qabla 3 أعوام. عام plural is أعوام, years, yeah, sanawat. My brother did Hajj qabla 3 أعوام, 3 years before. وأنا حججت هذا العام, and I did Hajj this year. This year. So Hajja and Hajjajtu. It opens up, right? Hajjajna, Hajjajta, Hajjajtuma, Hajjajtum. It opens up. هو سبني ولكنني ما سببته. سببت. See, you open it up again. سببنا, سببت, سببت, ما سببتم, سببت, سببنا, right? هو سبني. Sabba is the fail. Sabba. It has seen, huh? هو سبني. He cursed me. ولكنني, but I, ما سببته. I did not curse him. سببت, tu is the file. Who is he? مفعول. أظنك طالبا. I think you are, أظن, right? ظن يظن أظن. I think you are a student. أظنك طالبا. And ظن, you should remember, أظنك, it takes two مفعول بهs, right? ظن and his sisters, like 2-3 sisters or something. It takes two مفعول بهs. ظن وأخواتها. How many sisters in ظن? ظن. ظن وأخواتها. حال, حسب, زعم, عد. Sometimes عد also. Like many of them, not 3, 2, 3. They're like lot. Zanna. So zanna and akhawatu are divided into af'alul khulub and af'al tahwil. Right? Then af'al al-khulub are af'al al-yaqeen, af'al al-rujhan. So there are like a lot of them. So so af'al al-khulub are the verbs of the heart, and then af'al al-yaqeen are, then the heart is divided into certainty and uncertainty. And certainty, like ra'a, he thinks, yeah. Ra'aytu, ra'a means to see, but I see you as a student, kind of, yeah. So ra'aytuka taliban, right? That is yaqeen. Ra'aytuka aliman, alimtuka taliban. I know that you are a student, yeah, kind of. So you and student, the two mafulun bihis. Wajada also, ta'alamu also, kind of. Afal rujhan is uncertainty. I think you are a student, right? Rujhan, dhanna, hasiba, hasibtuka, zamtuka. Zama is to also claim. Ja'altuka, it comes in taj'alunani, right? Do they ascribe for me banatan, girls or something? Yeah? Allah, and that is what. Then af'alu tahwil is what call changing from one thing to another. Ja'ala is also used like that. Sayyara is used. Ittakhadha, to change from, like Allah changes one thing to another. Ja'ala. So these are Zanna and his sisters. He doesn't bring it anywhere in this book 3 is about Zanna. Nah. And his sisters. Okay. أظنك طالبا مفعول به أول مفعول به ثاني. أصب لك مزيدا من الشاي يا سيدي. Should I pour for you? صب يصب. باب نصر. Should I pour for you مزيدا, more, من الشاي, of the tea, أو سيدي, أو sir. لا وشكرا. No and thanks. No thanks. لا وشكرا. You should never say لا شكرا without a wow. It means no thanks. It's okay, but no and thank you, kind of. Yeah. No thanks is la shukra, is I'm not thankful to you, kind of. You should always say la wa shukran. Wa should be there all the time. Next week's fifth one. Lima tajurrina. Tajurrina. Jarra yajurru. Tajurruna tajurrina. Why are you pulling a sauba fit turabi ya Fatimatu? Your dress, right? In the mud of Fatima, in the sand. I don't drag. You could say dragging also. Why are you dragging your clothes? عددتي هذه الريالات يا سعاد. Did you count these reals, O سعاد? نعم عددتها. Yes, I counted them. هي 100 ريال, and they are 100 reals. They are how many? 100 reals. لما دخلت البيت شممت رائحة طيبة. When I entered the house, this lamma is, see again, lamma. حينية, this is lamma of time. When? This lamma means when. It's not like it comes with mudari'. If it comes with mudari', then it means what? You know, not yet. لما يدخل. He did not enter yet. فلما يدخل الإيمان في قلوبكم. Right? And iman has not entered your hearts. It comes in the Quran. لما دخلت البيت, when I entered the house, شممت, see kasra, not shamamtu, because this is bab samia. I smelled a beautiful smell. يمر المدير, مرة يمر, the principal passes على الفصول by the class. على does not mean on the classes here. مرة على, مرة always comes with ala, and it doesn't mean on the classes, by the classes. كل صباح, every morning. نعم. أسند الأفعال التي تأتي إلى المتكلم كما هو موضح في المثال. Right? متكلم, how should we do it? Break it up, right? Make أنا the subject. Like حامد ظن, أنا ظننت. حامد thought, I thought. حامد مرة, أنا. Can anyone help me? I passed. You should open it up. That's what he's trying to teach in this exercise. I passed by. Hamidun didn't grasp it. Okay. Marartu. Ma'am, you open it up. Marartu. Ana. Marartu. Like this. Next one, can anyone do? Hamidun hajja. Ana. Open the gems. Two gems will be opened up. Like we opened up the ra, right? Open up the gems. Ana hajjashtu. Correct. Same thing, yeah? Ana hajjashtu. Naam. Naam. Hamidun sabba. Hamid curse. I curse. Sababtu. Right? They are opened up. Sababna, sababta, sababtuma, sababtum, sababti, sababtuma, sababtunna, sababtu, sababna. I curse. Hamidun sabba. Hamidun poured. I poured. أنا صببت. نعم. أنا صببت. حامد عدى. أنا عددت. I count. I counted. حامد جرى. حامد pulled. I pulled or dragged. جررت. حامد رد. أنا رددت. Next one, can anyone help me? شمّ. حامد smelt. I smelled. Or I smelt, whatever. I smelled. How do you say? I smelt. I was smelling. Shamimtu, yes. This is what. This is not shamamtu. Shamimtu, because it is bab samia. And then next one also. Hamidun massa. Hamid touch. Ana. Masistu. Yes, correct. Masistu. See, you opened it up all. Double, 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 double. Okay, inshallah. With practice, it's very easy. Muda'af is very easy. It's nothing tricky at all. Then amr is what? Amr anta tajurru. You do chop chop. But when you chop, you have to make this also sukun. And then two sukuns are coming. And then because they're so heavy letters, you cannot drop anything. Yeah? Strong letters, you cannot drop. And naq is what we used to do. We used to drop it off. But here we cannot drop anything. So two sukuns are coming. So you give a fatha. And then idghadu idgham jurra. La yaltaqi sakinani. Because if al, right, you have to give a sukun for the last, and this also has sukun, so this becomes a fatha. Jurra. Amr, see anta tajurru, you make amr from these things, right? So tajurru is actually tajrur, right? Taf'ul. Bab tansur, kind of. Nasara yansur, right? Tansur. But this should be tajrur, right? Tajrur. So what do? You do two sukuns. Two sukuns are coming. In weak letters, we used to drop it off, right? This is chopped anyways. And we don't need alif because ju, it has a dhamma, so it can be pronounced. And two sukuns are coming. So what you do is you do an idgham again and give a fatha, jurra. This is how amr is made, jurra. So this is why it is weird. Jurra, jurra. If'al kind of, if'al amr. But this is weird because la yaltaqi. Jurra is full. Why did we see? Jurra. Oh, I didn't open it up. Now, tamurru. Tamurru. This is what? Murra. 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 Correct, yeah? Pass. Murra. Pass. Right? Dhamma always. Murra. Hujja. If you remember Hujja, everything comes like that, right? Right? Except the Samya Bab. It becomes like Hajj. Yeah. Yeah. Tahujja. Tahujju Hujja. Do Hajj. Then Tasubbu for Subba. Like Subba li ma'an. Yeah. Subba something like that. Subba li. Pour for me ma'an. Pour water for me. Tashammu. This is Shamma. 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 Smell. Shamma. Smell this, whatever. Smell this biryani. Shamma. Hazal biryani. Something like that. Taruddu. Rudda. Return. Right? Ruddali. Return for me. Tadunnu. Dhunna. Dhunna. Think. Dhunna. Think. Ta'uddu. Udda. Udda. But massa again, tamassu, this is because it is a bab sami'a. Massa. And massa. Okay, massa. Shamma, massa. These are only two different, right? Because these are bab sami'a with massa, touch. Massa. That's all it will have a dhamma. Murra, hujja, subba, rudda, hunna, udda. Shamma, massa. He has some examples here. Jurra hadha al-maktaba. Pull this table. Subba al-qahwata lid-duyuf. Pour the coffee for the guests. Subba. See, subba. Udda hadhi al-kutuba. Count these books. Shamma hadhi zahrata. Smell this rose. Zahra is not rose actually, flower. Smell this flower. Now, Ta'ammal Maili, what he's showing, lam becomes fatha, right? When majzum. Yahujju. So again, like the same thing here, right? Two sukuns are coming, and then you have to give a fatha. Lam yahjuj. So this is also fine. It's used sometimes, yeah. Lam yahjuj is also fine because lam makes it sukun, right? This also has sukun. So yah. So what they do is they transfer the sukun here, and lam yahjuj. They give this dhamma. All right, lam yahjuj, to read it, right? Also, we can't read this. Lam yahuj. Right? So that's why what they do, the easier way is, because these two sukuns are coming, give a fatha. Join them again and give a fatha. Lam yahujja. He did not do hajj. La yaltaqi sakinan. Two sukuns cannot come. Tajurra also. La tajurra. This is also prohibition, right? La nahiya. And you have to make it sukun. La tajrur. I mean, la, we can't read this. La tajur. Right? So you give it a fatha. Don't pull. Don't drag. La tajurra. Don't drag. So remember, whenever it is majzum, give a fatha. Khalas. And amr also, same thing. Instead of sukuns, fatha will come here. Right? Fatha will come. No sukuns. Ajib anil asyatil atiya bi nafi mustamil. Help me with this. Inshallah, I'll give a good idea. Right? Lam. Use lam. Ahajjasta, did you do Hajj? La lam ahujja. No, I did not do Hajj. Use lam, okay? Lam ahujja. So first ahujju, I did not do. Then you add lam, and then it becomes ahjuj or something. Ahuj, and then you give fatha ahujja. Right? So you'll get used to it, inshallah. La lam ahujja. No, I did not do hajj. عددتي هذه الكتب يا بنتي. Did you count this books? Oh, my daughter. So you should say what? No, I did not count. لا لا لم أعد. أعد. Right? باب نصر. نعم. أعد. No, I did not count it. أسببت زميلك هذا يا علي. Did you curse your classmate, this classmate, oh Ali? لا لم. I did not curse. Asubba. It's nasara, right? So لا لم أسب. You have to give عين كلمة سين. ضمة. أمر المدير على الفصول. Did the principal pass by the classes? لا لم. He did not pass by. He, right? No, I. It's not I now. It's he. Use yeah. Yes. لم مرة يمر and then give it a fatha. خلاص. يمر خلاص. نعم. الحمد لله. لم يمر. No, he did not pass. صببت الماء الذي كان في الكوب. Did you pour the water which was in the cup? لم أصب. لم أصب. أشممت رائحة. Help me with the last one. Did you smell a bad smell when? عندما is also when you open the door. لما is also لما فتحت الباب or عندما فتحت الباب. When you open the door. No, I did not smell. La lam. Help me with this. Remember, this is Bab Samya. Samya, yes, ma, u, shamma, yashammu. I did not smell. Lam. Shamimta. No, no, no. Shamimta is past. We have to use lam mudare, right? Yashammu. Use the first person of yashammu, which is ashammu, and then give a fatha. Lam ashamma. Not ashumma. Naam, ashamma. Because this is a fatha. Lam ashamma. Here it was lam asubba, lam a'udda, lam yamurra, lam and so on. Here it is ashamma because this is fatha. Okay, just to change. This is very easy. La nahiya. Use la nahiya, very easy. What you do, you chop this, give this a fatha. Khalas. La tasubba li mazidan min al qahwa. Chop all of this. Right? Ta 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 ta. Give fathas, fathas, fathas. And add la. لا تصب لي مزيدا من القهوة. Don't pour for me more of the coffee. Right? Don't pour more coffee for me. لا تظن أن الامتحان سيكون سهلا. Don't think that the exam will be easy. سيكون سهلا. Don't think that the exams will be easy. Exam. لا تسب أخاك المسلم. Don't curse your Muslim brother. أخاك, this Muslima is badal of أخاك. لا تعد هذه الريالات. Don't count these reals. Right? Don't count them. لا تمر بين يدي المصلي. بين يدي is in front. Don't pass by in front of the musalli. The one who praying, right? The one who's praying. Musalli. Don't pass by him, in front of him. لا تجر السبورة من مكانها. Don't drag or don't pull the board from its place. لا تجر. We don't chop this. Sorry, I totally We don't chop. I was saying, but I said we chop it. That is for Amr. This is la, right? La tasubba, la tadunna. Just chop and make it fatha. La ta'udda, la tamurra, la tajurra. Right? I made a mistake, right? I was saying it, but I didn't realize. La tasubba li mazina min al qahwa. It's not la subba. It's la tasubba. Now, because with la taf'al, the ta remains, right? Yeah. So this is la tasubba. There we make it sukoon. Here we give a fatha. La tasubba, la tadunna, la tasubba, la ta'udda, la tamurra, la tajurra, and so on. And he's trying to give the conjugation, right? Hamidun adda, Hamid counted. Al-awladu addu. Very easy, the conjugation. Just we need to open up like adadna here. Aminatu addat, al-banatu adadna. We open it up because this is mutaharrik pronoun, right? Mutaharrik damir. So you have to give the previous letter sukoon, and then this also has a sukoon. So we opened it up. Adadna. Then adatta, adatum, adatum. Easy from here. Anta adatta, antum adattum, anti adatti, antunna adattunna, ana adattu, nahnu adadna. I counted, we counted. Then yaudu is the same thing, except this is same like except in feminine plural it opens up again. Ya'dudna ta'dudna. Hamidun ya'uddu, Hamid counts. Al-awladu ya'udduna. Aminatu ta'uddu, Amina counts. Al-banatu ya'dudna. This is the only change, right? Ya'dudna ta'dudna. It opens up again. Anta ta'uddu, antum ta'udduna. You all count. Anti ta'uddina, antunna ta'dudna. Ana a'uddu, nahnu na'uddu. I count, we count. I count, we count. Learn the isnad of Muda'af to all the pronouns second person in the Amr. And this is Amr. Udda, uddu, uddi, ududna. Here the Hamza comes back. Right? Udda ya Hamidu. Count, O Hamid. Uddu ya awladu. Count, O boys. Uddi ya Aminatu. Count, O Amina. Feminine, right? Uddi. So you do ta chop and give a fatha, right? Ududna. Here we don't do that because ta'adudna, you chop the ta, you cannot pronounce it. So you bring a hamza, and because it has dhamma, this also gets a dhamma. Ududna, ya banatu, oh girls, count. So always remember when it is la, nahiya, or amr, or majzum, always it has a fatha. This is the takeaway. Always fatha, fatha, fatha. No sukoons in this thing, right? No sukoons. Tamma lil istimal kalimatan qattu wa abadan. In the lesson we see qat is used never, but qat is used for past tense, abadan is used for present, future, generally speaking. And note the user in the following sentences. They say ma fa'altu hadha qattu, and this is mabni. Yeah? Abadan is I don't know about abadan, but qattu is mabni. Abadan also is always used as abadan. So qattu, I remember it's mabni because no tanween, no alif lam, right? Ma fa'altu hadha qattu. I did not do this ever. Right? Or I never did this kind of. I never did this. You can translate both ways. I did not do this ever in the past, right? I never did this kind of. Lama akul ta'aman lazida mithla hadha qattu. I never ate such a tasty food before this, yeah, mithla hadha. Never. Or you could say I did not eat a tasty food like this ever, kind of. Lam atruku salata qattu wa lan atrukaha abadan. I never left the salah, nor will I leave it ever again. Abadan is like ever, ever, future. Lan atruka. Lan is used for future, right? Lam is for past. Lam atruk. This got a sukoon, but because alif lam came, you gave a kasra. Lam atrukis salata qattu wa lan atrukaha mansub because of lan. So we should be careful with lam and lan. Past and future. I never left the salah, nor will I leave it ever again. Lam asma' kalaman mithla hadha qat. Never ever heard such a statement like this, no? Kind of. كيف تقول رأيتني في الهند? How can you say that you saw me? رأيتني, رأيتني. This is this, and ya is the object, file and object. How can you say that you saw me in India? أنا ما ذهبت إلى الهند قط. I never went to India, kind of, right? I never, right? قط خاص بالماضي. It comes in the Quran all the time. خالدين فيها أبدا. Right? They will live in forever again. Abadan, khasu bil mustaqbal. It is khasun. It is only specific to mustaqbal, future. The words khattu and abadan both mean never. Right? Khattu is used for with past and abadan is used with future. But abadan, if it's not coming with a negative sentence, then it could mean ever also, right? Khalidina, like they will live in it forever, kind of. Abada. Layyinun. Ismu tafdil alyanu. Layyin. Layyin. هذا الحرير لين. This is the word layyin. It is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-letter verb. 4-letter verb. Layyin. Soft. Layyin is soft. And this is something new we are learning. Layyinun. Like fa'il pattern. This is fa'il. This is the verb, I think. Layyinun ismu tafdil alyanu. Right? Tafdil is afalu pattern. Same thing, right? Alyanu. One ya is dropped. هذا الحرير لين. This silk is soft. وذلك ألين من هذا. And that is softer than this. طيب is also good, right? طيب. طيب. Fine. طيب. جيد. اسم التفضيل أطيب. Right? أفعل pattern, right? اسم التفضيل comparative superlative. Better. هذا الطعام طيب. This food is nice. And that is better. And that is better. Right? More better. Good or something. More nice. This is nice and that is more nicer. Right? This is another thing. Alhamdulillah, this was a short lesson, not that big. But this is very important because we have so many which come in the Quran and so on. And it's confusing, a little bit confusing because you keep forgetting later on. When you go into book 3, we'll forget all these rules. But it's no issue, inshallah. Once we revise it once or twice, it'll come. Marratun, marratun, times. Kafun, akufun, akuf. Palms. Mazidun is more. Ghafilun, unaware. Dafa yadfa'u, bab fataha, to push. Dafa. Dafa is also, to pay, because you take out the money from your pocket and push it. Paying money. Adibaju brocade, it's a type. Naw'un is type from silk. Naw'un min al-hadiri. Ra'ihatun, smell. Karihat, it should be ha. Right? Kariha is dislike smell, bad smell. Kariha. Layyinun, soft. Marida yamradu, bab sami'a. Nuskhatun, copy. Nusakhun, copies. Nuskha. Hunayhatun, a moment. Hunayha is used for moment. A short time. Balu'atun, pipe. Tayyibun is good. Hazina yahzanu is to be sad. So this is all about Amr. You give a fatha. Hujja, shamma, massa. Right? All that. Vocabs again. Hajja yahujju, perform. Has zanna yadunnu, to think. Again, challenge. Try to. Is nuskha also a sample? I don't know. Nuskha is used as a sample. I don't know. I know only as a copy. We read the last chapters. Really? I don't know where we are. So try to conjugate these, inshallah. Jarra yajurru, to pull. This is all AU. EA is, and so there are two babs in this. Sample of cloth is it's Fumash, I think. Right? Jarra yajurru, marra yamurru, to pass. Adda ya'uddu, to count. Sabba yasubbu, to abuse. Radda yaruddu, to reply. Sabba yasubbu, to pour. Sadda yasuddu, to block. So many he brought it in one lesson and we are done. Shamma yashamu, to smell. Massa yamasu, to touch. Dafa yadfa'u, to push. Marida yamradu, to fall sick. Hazina yahzanu, to be sorrowful. I try to conjugate this. Just in the Madi you break it up, and the only change is this will get a fatha and this will get shamimtu. It will get a kasra because these two are ER group. The Samia Abu Bab. This is Nasra. All these are Nasra. And Muda'af is all same. It's all same except that these are Yashammu with a fatha, right? Because this is fatha in Muda'af. Marratan, once, or time, marratan. Kafun, palm. Mazidun, more. Ghafilun, unmindful. Dibajun, brocade. Raihatun, smell. Karihatun. Again, ha is missing. Unpleasant. Layyinun, soft. Nuskhatun, copy. Hunayatun, a while, a moment. Balu'atun, rain-sewer. Tayyibun is good. And brocade. And what is this balua? Al-balu'atu. All right. So he's giving this all these types of classification of verb, which we'll do it next week, inshallah. Aqsamul Fail, which is part of the lesson, but we could we'll do it before the next lesson, inshallah. This is all about duals here. Bikuma. He's bringing all the dual verbs, which we already saw a little bit, but inshallah, this is all duals. Next lesson, and then learn in noon drop also is giving. I mean, we already learned it, but he's just summarizing maybe. Duals. Yeah. Pronouns of jar and nasb. Okay. Indama. When. Indama is used for when. And last lesson is what? Again duals. Huh? Again duals. So some duals here, some duals. And with Nat Manut is teaching us duals, something like that. Something like that. Okay. Short lessons, yeah. Last two lessons are short. Maybe two more, 2 or 3 classes, inshallah. We'll continue from here, the 7 classification of the verbs, and try to revise again. The Salim, Muda'af, and so on and so on and so on. Now, there was a question also, right, about lazim and muta'addi, transitive and intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs are those which is not taken object, right? Like he passed, he sat. Those are intransitive. They are called lazim. And then there's muta'addi, which takes an object. Akala, akaltu tufaha, maf'ulun bi. Those are muta'addi. Now, oh, you also had. Now, both of us had the question. Now, anything specific you had? A question about lazim and muta'addi? That is lazim and muta'addi, right? How will we differentiate? We just ask a question. What and who, or whom, for example. What and whom. If you ask this question, if it makes sense to the verb, then it is transitive. What and whom you can ask. What, only you can ask what. Yes, like he sat, right? He sat what? Does it make sense? Whom also, right? Daraba. He hit whom? For human beings, we can say whom also. He hit what is also fine, or whom is also fine, right? But generally, objects can be humans also, right? So generally, we can say only what, right? But sometimes people get confused for hitting, for example. Oh, we are asking whom, right? So whom is also fine. You hit whom? Like he sat what? We cannot ask that question. He sat on what? That is fine, right? So sitting does not take an object because he just sat. It makes sense completely, right? He ate, it also makes sense, but you can ask what did he eat? He ate an apple. So intransitive verbs, you're doing an action, but it's only limiting to you. I mean, it's not going outside your sphere. I became happy. I just became happy. My action is not transferring to anyone, right? So, but transitive, your action is transferring to a thing or to a person, for example. Right? I hit someone. I made someone happy. Right? It'll come from 4, muta'addi and lazim. So I made someone sit, for example. Ajlastu, form 4 is used for muta'addi. Right? I made someone sit. Right? So that is, or akala, I ate, I hit. Something your actions should be transferring, right? Inshallah. This is what muta'addi. Ta'adda, yata'adda is to transfer, to spread your effect on others. Yeah. Yeah. Mutaaddi, that's why it's called mutaaddi, which is spreading, which is transferring. Lazim is like intransitive. There's no lazima shay. That means it's just restricted. It's lazima also means lazim also means to be mandatory, right? Mandatory. So it's mandatorily staying to yourself maybe. So it's called lazim. Naam. Inshallah. Barakallahu feek. Naam. Inshallah. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. I hope it's clear, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. I remember like in transit it's all included. Included what? Included in what? I didn't understand. Doesn't need anything else. Yeah, it doesn't need anything else. Yes. It doesn't need an object. Now, your actions don't transfer. Transitive means transferring, right? Your actions don't affect anyone else. I became sad. It doesn't, yeah? Hazintu. It doesn't transfer. Generally, I made someone sad, then that is another story. Right? Okay, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.